In the early 2000s, the city of Minneapolis planned to replace the crumbling I-35 West Bridge, a vital artery carrying 440,000 vehicles a day. Engineers had a solid technical designs. The project had funding, but something unexpected happened. People. Local residents protested noise and disruption. Businesses feared customer loss. Environmental groups objected to construction timing near the Mississippi River's wildlife. Each had a different definition of success. The project's initial schedule unraveled, not because of design flaws, but because planners underestimated their stakeholders. Eventually, through town halls, community consultations, and transparent communication, engineers rebuilt trust, and the bridge opened ahead of the revised schedule. That story sums up Chapter 5. Stakeholders aren't just names on a list, they're the living ecosystem your project depends on. In project management, a stakeholder is anyone who can affect or be affected by a project. That means clients, consultants, subcontractors, inspectors, suppliers, but also end users, community members, and also politicians. For a building systems project, think of an HVAC retrofit. The maintenance staff care about long-term access, the nurses care about noise and temperature stability, the patients care about comfort and quality, contractor cares about schedule and costs. They're all stakeholders, but their interests and influence differ. Your job as a project manager is to map those relationships early before they shape your project for you. Chapter 5 emphasizes a critical tool, the stakeholder register, a document listing everyone with a stake in the project and what they care about. But identifying stakeholders isn't enough. You also need to analyze them. Who has power to influence decisions? Who has interest in the outcomes? In the London Crossrail project, planners built a stakeholder map showing each group's level of influence and interest, from city councils to local shop owners. That map helped engineers focus communication where it mattered most, saving millions in potential delays. For smaller projects, you can do the same with a simple 2x2 grid. High power, high interest, manage closely. Low power, high interest, keep informed. High power, low interest, keep satisfied. Low power, low interest, monitor only. Stakeholder management isn't about control, it's about influence. In 2010, Tesla built the first gigafactory in Nevada. The state government, local businesses, and environmental groups were all watching closely. Instead of hiding behind contractors, Tesla opened dialogue early, inviting stakeholders into design and environmental planning sessions. The result? Permits fast-tracked, infrastructure built collaboratively, and a sense of shared ownership. In building systems, it's the same. When you invite the maintenance team into the design phase, they'll flag service issues you might miss. When you update clients regularly, they feel a part of the solution, not a bystander. Stakeholder engagement turns potential blockers into allies. The project sponsor, generally executive in the organization with the authority to assign resources and enforce decisions regarding the project, is a stakeholder. The person or group responsible for enabling success. They also might be inside, but is usually outside the project, signs off on the project that is complete. The person responsible for escalating issues that are beyond the control of the project manager also has a significant role in developing the initial charter and project plan. In a project, there are both internal and external stakeholders. Internal stakeholders may include top management, project team members, your manager, peers, resource manager, and internal customers. External stakeholders may include external customers, government, contractors, and subcontractors, and supplies. There are many types of stakeholders, and identifying all of them is very important. Top management may include the president of the company, vice presidents, directors, division managers, the corporate operating committee, and others. These people direct the strategy and development of their organization. This slide shows a number of the different stakeholders in a given project. Even with great communication, conflict happens, and that's okay. The key is managing expectations. During the Vancouver Olympic Village construction, developers faced tension between the city, sustainability advocates, and contractors. The goal of a LEED certified carbon neutral village clashed with cost and schedule pressures. Project leaders used regular stakeholder updates, open financial reporting, and clear documentation to keep all parties aligned. They didn't eliminate tensions, they managed it transparently. When you share information openly, even bad news builds credibility. Hidden surprises destroy it. Relationship building. Take the time to identify all stakeholders before starting a new project. Then begin the process of building strong relationships with each one using the following methods. Analyze stakeholders. Conduct a stakeholder analysis or an assessment of a project's key participants and how the project will affect their problems and needs. Identify their individual characteristics and interests. Find out what motivates them as well as what provokes them. Define roles and level of participation and determine if there are conflicts of interest among groups of stakeholders. Assess the environment. Identify all the relevant stakeholders because any of these stakeholders could derail the project. You need to consider their particular interest in the project. Identify goals or understand goals. After determining who the stakeholders are, understand what they need. What are the goals of the stakeholders? Who holds the power? What are the desires of each of the stakeholders? Define the problem. The facts that constitute the problem should be isolated and closely examined. Keep stakeholders involved. Don't just report to stakeholders, ask for their input. Get to know them better by scheduling time for coffee, lunch, or quick meetings. Measure each stakeholder's capacity to participate and honor time constraints. Keep stakeholders informed. Send regular status updates. Daily may be too much. Monthly is not enough. One update per week is usually about right. Hold project meetings as required, but don't let too much time pass between meetings. Be sure to answer stakeholders' questions and emails promptly. Regular communication is always appreciated and may soften the blow when you have bad news to share. In 2018, when the New York Hudson's Yards mega project hit public criticism for gentrification, developers shifted strategy. They launched public tours, added community art spaces, and invited residents into the conversation. Public perception improved and momentum returned. Monitoring isn't paperwork, it's your early warning system for risk and opportunity. No matter what their needs or wants, all stakeholders will respect the project manager who is always honest, even when telling them something they don't want to hear, takes ownership of the project, is predictable and reliable, stands by his or her decisions, takes accountability for the mistakes. So next time you lead a retrofit or design build job, remember, map your stakeholders early, communicate openly and often, manage expectations, not just deliverables, because no project succeeds alone.